Hello, welcome back to my fourth episode on this series. We're going to be speedrunning Celeste again. This time we will be focusing on Chapter 4. In my previous videos, I've gone through how to speedrun all through Chapter 1, 2, and 3. Gone through each room in as much detail as I can. If you need help with those chapters, go back and watch those. And now we work on 4. In this chapter, we are introduced to the clouds, which launch you up, and wind as well as dash bubbles. There will be some stuff we'll be going over there. But it starts off pretty innocent, pretty easy. You can do, if you do a max height super here, you can get onto that platform. Jump up. Hyper. These rooms, it doesn't really matter how you do them. Just get through them quickly. This room, though, I do a hyper into, a quick hyper, and then just jump. And, I do the jump, I do a dash, demo dash into it. It doesn't really matter, though. Hyper, jump, 3 dashes up, dash, 3 diagonal dashes, or you can do something like that. It doesn't really matter. Just, again, get through it fast. More hypers. I do a bunch of hypers here. Get a corner boost here if you can. It speeds it up a little. And this is something I didn't realize until recently. You can do a hyper off this platform and jump off here and go right into the cutscene. Skip the cutscene, of course. Do corner boost there. More hypers. Do a, if you can, you want to get an extended hyper off here. It can be difficult. Doesn't matter a whole lot, though. You want to try and land up here with a well-placed jump and dash. More hypers, just to cross the large horizontal distances. Mash your dash. That's literally all I do. For here, though, I do use, I do an up dash, upright dash, and then a down right dash, so I can do a wave dash. And if you time it right, you can jump off this little corner, hop over this, jump onto this. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can get it here. Maybe not. If you don't, pretty sure you can just hyper here. Makes this strategy a lot easier. So that would look just something like this. Hyper off that platform. Hold B to get enough height, or you will just hit the wall. And then next, this room has a pretty cool entry cycle, I think. Hyper, jump. Just keep jumping from platform to platform. It kind of sets itself up beautifully. Hyper buddy hop. Jump off the platform and just dash. Messed it up there. That's a backup strategy if you mess it up. Do an extended hyper there. You can save some time. Corner. Not much to say here. You do a little dash over here. You can do a wall jump, and it means you can do that. Really doesn't matter. If you can get a wall, a corner boost here, though, it should, I don't know, it doesn't it speeds it up a bit, but it is a little tight. This is where we're going to go through a little bit of a interesting tactic. If you haven't already, you should set a crouch dash now. Because you're going to want to crouch dash into this bubble. Because if you normal dash and you try and go upright, you'll hit the spikes. But due to your if you demo dash in, you can just sneak on by because your hitbox is higher. And then just some more quick dashing, some more hypers, more hypers. This room is pretty slow. Let's do some dashes. For this room, just jump and point at the wall, and then do a final wall bounce at the end. It's super simple. Get onto this platform, dash up. This is going to be a major corner kick here. It's a little difficult. You're supposed to like line yourself up just right to get it. I don't really find that necessary. I just do like a bunny hop and then like that. I find it easier. You dash up. Super. Get up here. Up dash. I do a wall bounce here to get up here. Dash soon. No, I messed it up because I had a misinput. But you want to try and get up here as soon as possible to save any time at all. This part's pretty easy. Jump up. You want to jump earlier than you think because the block's momentum will carry you. And then you just do some wall climbs here. Come up here. Manipulate the block till it's here. This is where we go through another tactic. You want to do a reverse hyper, to get here. And wait till just the right time so you're spaced out properly. Make sure that you get your dash back before you jump or you will not make this. And what that ends up looking like when you do it properly, and I guess I did show you how to do it properly twice in a row, but finishing the room, just do some jumps. The reason that works is because Madeline retains the momentum of the block and adds it to her own, and it makes her go very fast, and you're able to clear that whole gap. Next, I do a full height, and this is important. You have to hold B the entire time. A full height super jump, upright dash, another upright dash, and you can do just a quick hyper here. I prefer to have the insurance of an extra dash, so I do a reverse hyper here just in case. Dash up here. You want to get a wall bounce here, and just hop right into the bubble. You can add another hyper in there. As you can see, the insurance coming in helpful there, which is why I prefer to do it. You want the wall bounce here, you can just hop straight into the bubble. I did a hyper through the transition and jumped off of here to get into there without having to dash. You can do a wall bounce there, makes it easier and faster. For this room, this is a difficult tactic. You need another reverse hyper timed right off that floating cloud over here. It looks something like this. And so you retain your dash there so you can dash through. It's a bit difficult, but definitely worth it. Saves a bit of time. just up dash. Like, if you are too quick, you won't get enough height, and if you're too slow, that was actually well, either you won't get the dash, you won't turn around in time, or you'll hit, like, I'm trying to give a good example here. You'll hit the spikes on top. It's a problem I used to have a lot, like that. So be careful of that. Make sure to do it full height. It makes it easier for me. Hyper in. That's quick dash. Again, you can just do a quick hyper here, but I find that too inconsistent for me because I cannot seem to gauge it properly. So I still just do a reverse. Not much to say. Reverse. Dash up here. This is a spot where you do, again, want to do a reverse. And so you can dash to that bubble quicker. You want to do a extended hyper or a wave dash off that block. Another wall bounce there. And now we're over here. This is technically a respawn over here, so I'll kill my... Oh, well. Okay. You can do a wall bounce off here to get to that block, or what I more often do is I take the cloud up and do an extended super, or hyper, I guess. Technically the wall bounce is faster, so I would suggest that. Wall bounce. On dash there so you don't miss the block. You can just make that wall bounce into the block. You don't have to grab the wall again. It does save a little time. Wall bounce off here. A few wall jumps. Land here. Grab the block. Do another dash up here. This room is one that it's on a schedule, I guess. A timer. You have to be fast enough, but I'm often too fast. My route often looks like this. And I am far ahead. It doesn't lose any time, but it also doesn't save any time. You could do something like this, and you still have not lost any time. It's easier, it's probably safer. I just prefer the speed tech. It doesn't really matter what you do in that room, though. And we'll die here, though, so I have the cycle set up. So I'll show you what I do for this room first. It's pretty easy. Just walk. Dash. Jump. Jump down here. Land on this. Land on this. Wall bounce there. Up here. Hyper. It doesn't really matter. This room I've had a lot of problems with, and I don't know why. It's really not that hard. Walk in, dash. You have a lot of time, mostly. You dash over here, dash up here. Wait a little, you jump off that. Grab the wall, wait. You want to time it. Right there, not much was really happening, but, it is a little difficult. I suggest you practice getting those cycles. There's faster ways to do it. I just haven't found it necessary. This room, okay, the previous room, I'll go through real quick, I guess. You pop up, you do some hypers, just go through it. Hyper, extend, you want to do, if you're on the death cycle, extended hyper, dash, extended hyper, and you would want to do an up dash. Or maybe not, I don't know. you would want to do something. Stop. Frankly, what you probably want to do, you do a extended hyper, and you probably want to do an extended super off that third block. So something like this, if I can get it. It is a little precise, and it does have a pretty big backlash for missing it. Really just try and get through that room without dying, because it's a pain if you die. I don't really have a whole lot of tips for that. Dash again. You want to dash twice there. Dash down. And down to the right and then up. Don't hold forward while you're on that cloud though, or you will hit the spikes. I always had that problem. This is a room you might want to practice a little. It can be a little bit finicky, but should mostly be fine. Some more hypers. If you can you really want to use hypers here. If you can just continuously use hypers, that's the only real way you're gonna save any time. Watch out for the snowballs, they are very annoying. You can use hypers, extended hypers, reverse hypers. But just make sure to always keep moving and try and change your height as much as possible, or you will likely hit a snowball. For this, dash to the second block. You can do an extended hyper there. You can expect that. Up dash, and then just 2 more dashes, and then a third to get there. For entry cycle, you want to do, I say entry cycle because you enter the room up here, but if you die, you respawn down here. So, for entry cycle, extended hyper up here. You can do a quick hyper off of here. So that would look like, you do have to climb up there. Quick hyper, really quick hyper, don't hold jump there. And then you want to do a reverse hyper here, and if you can, get a corner boost there, and then hyper to finish the room. We'll go through the other cycle real quick if I can get back to the beginning. Okay, here we go. The death cycle, you want to do an extended hyper again, but instead to this block. Another extended hyper, but this time you want to abuse some of the coyote frames, so you jump off midair, otherwise you hit that platform and that's just no fun. And you can jump right onto that block, dash over here, again, reverse hyper, get a corner boost there. If you happen to hit like a snowball right here, then it's pretty easy to just do a wave dash and it'll speed it up a little. Hyper into these bubbles, make sure to dash up there. There's 2 ways to do these last 3 bubbles though. My preferred method for a while was I did 2 upright dashes, and that is significantly slower, but I also found it much easier to get. The other method is, of course, where you do the bubbles, you do an upright, and then when you're not in the bubble, you just do a right. Make sure not to do it just up in from the bubble, or you will die. And then just straight dash there. More hypers. 2 dashes there. If you can, This room, it seems pretty big and difficult. Just dash into the bubble, 2 dashes, jump to make the blocks disappear faster so you can fall through them. Dash into the block, dash, 1 dash 3 times down there. Into this bubble. You will be somewhere around here. Another wall bounce into this bubble. You'll be somewhere around here. Another wall bounce. And then just hypers until you're over here. This is the last room now. Should be not terribly difficult. But, can be annoying sometimes. Extended hyper. You can hyper, it's just easier when you get the extended hyper. Because you have just a little bit of insurance for a few minutes. Make sure to fast bubble through all these. Up bubble, always have that problem. Make sure not to get caught by the falling block. Again, just hypers to start that room. And then, again, the extended hyper. Nothing really to go through about that room. And then you're here. Hyper onto the platform, skip the cutscene, and I'll show you what the full run of this chapter looks like. My best time is somewhere around 4:30. Somewhere around 4:30 to 5 minutes is pretty decent, I'd say. And I'll just show you my run, I guess, real quick. I will say though, my chapter 4 is not great. And since I've already gone through all the commentary, I won't go through it a whole lot. Just remember to always fast bubble, it does save a lot of time. I will emphasize this real quick. My run could definitely be optimized, especially in chapter 4 probably. I suggest you practice this, find your own route. Also for this, don't forget to have your second jump button. That is very helpful. The first time I did it though, I didn't have a second jump button. It's not necessary, but hugely helpful. I always mess that up. I always forget you can't do a, what's it called? A wave dash there. You also right there, you do want to have a little bit of preparedness for that, because sometimes you definitely don't want to hold jump or you'll go into the spikes above. So be careful for that. Again, this room really does not matter, as long as you're as fast as the block. Chapter 4 is what I would consider the hardest chapter, at least for me. Now, that does not go for everyone, but it might help you knowing practice this chapter. That's really all I can say. Messed up. Again, this is my most difficult chapter. So don't expect this to be like amazing. I was actually really close. See right there, that extra dash was helpful. I used it as insurance. And there it is. Not a whole lot else to say about this chapter. Be careful. This has killed many of my runs because I just either hadn't practiced enough, forgot a part. Practice this one to death. This is... I've said this many times already. It's difficult. Pretty sure that should be everything. In my next chapter, or in my next video, I'll be going over chapter 5, so be ready for that. You're getting pretty close, though. 4 out of 7 chapters done, and soon you'll be able to do that sub 50 time. Good luck on your runs. Practice and make the runs your own. My run is not the only run. Remember that. Either way, happy speedrunning and see you next time.